Could you give us a little bit of the background on how PepsiCo sort of became concerned with fuel efficiency and then moved to where you are now, which is in kind of a preeminent position in that area and also alternative fuels like natural gas?
Sure. So at PepsiCo, we have a business strategy called Performance with Purpose, and it's really focused on ensuring that we're doing everything we can to reduce, in this case, our greenhouse gas impact with our fleet. So it's a broad strategy across multiple areas, but in this specific case, it's around the environment and ensuring that we lower our impact on the overall greenhouse gas and of our fleet. So, when we really looked at how we can improve on our overall performance, unfortunately, there's not one solution that fits all fleets. So we've been involved in shows like this. We've been involved with government agencies, non-government agencies in regard to technical solutions. We focus on people, process, and technology, right? So you referenced natural gas. We have a large-scale deployment of natural gas in our Frito-Lay, which is in our Frito-Lay division, which the reason it works extremely well in Frito-Lay is we have lightweight loads. So the tank is usually, the weight of the tanks is usually an offset to cargo. Well, on the Frito side of the business, it's not. So we can get the efficiencies and the environmental improvements of natural gas, and so we've rolled that out pretty expansively across our business. We have a fleet of about 60,000 vehicles in North America across all drive cycles, across all weight classes. So we have a team that works with the field operations group trying to identify the best solutions for those drive cycles to create the highest efficiency. So we have clean diesel trucks. We're trying to maximize the efficiency through the work we did with Run on Less and the NACFE and Carbon War Room. We've used alternate fuels like CNG you've referenced. We've implemented electric vehicles and the like.
Now, you do use some for-hire carriers too, do you not?
Yes, we do.
Okay, and I assume that you have sort of sustainability criteria that they should meet and what you look for in them. Could you talk a little about that?
Yeah, so we partner with a lot of carriers in the industry to support our broader business, right? Inbound raw materials, we use carriers a lot more than our private fleet is mostly used for the outbound finished materials and delivery to the marketplace. It's just a competitive advantage for us to do that. So we partner with all our suppliers. We certainly get involved in events like this to showcase new technologies so that our partners will also adopt those technologies to improve their fuel efficiency. So we monitor and measure that. Part of our performance with purpose goals include what would be considered scope 3 emissions, which is the for-hire carriers that we partner with. So in order for us to achieve those goals, we have to partner with them to become more fuel efficient as well.
You touched on electrification a little bit, which is kind of a big topic here now. Can you tell us a little bit more on your view of how that might help you?
Yeah, so certainly there's been an evolution of electrification. We started out in the medium duty Class 6 arena where we've invested in some Class 6 trucks, full electric. We continue to partner with suppliers. I think we're kind of waiting for the industry to catch up and some of these more developmental technologies to be hardened. So there's evolution if you're talking pure electric. Now, certainly there's a lot of hybrid solutions out there today. We are finding on our drive cycles that regenerative braking hybrid solutions don't get the benefit that we need because we don't stop and start a lot. We actually make deliveries and we'll be stopped for quite a period of time versus stopping place to place to place, and maybe you do 60, 80 stops a day. So what we need is more of a plug-in hybrid solution or a full electric solution that meets our drive cycle. And again, the reason we even got involved in it early on the Frito-Lay side of the business is we are not weight constrained with the lighter snacks that we deliver. So we did a lot of testing. I do believe that there'll be all kinds of electrification in the future, however you define it, right? With plug-in electric, hybrid electric, full electric solutions, all the way from what you're seeing now in automotive will continue to carry forward all the way up. And there's been some recent announcements on some pretty interesting Class 8 technology, full electric. So we'll see where that goes, but we certainly believe that we will continue to partner with all solutions because of our drive cycle, there will be multiple solutions in our fleet.
Can you give me an idea of how much of your fleet is in this area where, of sort of high fuel efficiency or alternative fuels, even if we consider electrification
Okay.
as a fuel?
Yep.
I mean, how deeply are you really into that?
Well, if you consider clean diesel technology and advancements in, getting somewhere in the 30+% or more fuel efficiency improvement in diesel, electrification, CNG, and the likes, we're probably somewhere between 25 to 35% of our fleet in what you would consider those advanced technologies. Really, because if you go through the cycle we talked about in the life cycle of our assets, really being aggressive back in 2007, 8, and 9, and working to adopt those technologies, right? There's a lot of work, then you just don't go buy the truck. CNG, for instance, we had to build out infrastructure for fuel, we had to build out infrastructure for garages, so it takes some time to implement. But once that's in place, now it's easier for us to adopt newer technology and larger scale quantities.
One thing you mentioned earlier when we were talking before was about sort of driver behavior and what effect that can have on actually maximizing the value of the different kinds of fuel, electric or CNG or diesel. Could you get into that a little bit?
Yeah, so, as we talked about people, process, and technology earlier, our people are highly engaged in our performance with purpose sustainability strategy. They understand how important it is for us to stay competitive in today's business world. So they're highly engaged, right? Tommy, who you met, was here as part of the run
Great
event,
guy.
is very engaged in the programs we're working on. So the reason that's so important is a lot of people understand is the driver can impact, they say some words, at 15 to 25% of the fuel efficiency of a vehicle, which makes a lot of sense, and a lot of people think that just applies to diesel fuel, when in fact it applies to all your solutions. So let me use the CNG example. When we adopted the technology with CNG, it's just as important that that driver drives that vehicle efficiently as well, or the economics or the environmental benefit deteriorate if, say, they drive the diesel efficiently, but they think it's an alternate fuel, I don't have to worry about the efficiency of it. You have to worry about the efficiency of it no matter what the solution is. Energy is energy. Whether you're burning diesel fuel or you're burning natural gas, it's very important that we drive as efficiently as possible. Oh, by the way, safe driving is fuel efficient driving. So, safety is paramount for us as an organization, and ensuring the drivers are driving safe each and every day, like Tommy, who's, a million-mile driver, safe driver for us.